I feel like, you know, it's an unfortunate occurrence that you're here because you're dead. Your character is dead. What happened?
Well, you know, listen, a show like Scandal, it sort of has become well known and as popular as it is because of the kind of high stakes, fast paced, gasp-worthy storytelling that has been keeping going. You know, that's since the beginning. It hit the ground running and it never stopped. And I think James was poking the bear a little bit too much this season. And it was a story that was leading to a very, very big move, narratively. And I think, and the writers sometimes explode an episode and then figure out what to do next. And we were all sitting at a table read of the prior episode. And as you know, Scott Foley, Jake Ballard, shows up and shoots 2 women. And then a third gun goes off and the screen goes to black. And we don't know whether it's David Rosen or James.
Yeah, we don't find out until the next episode, which, by the way, this is a totally weird note, but, you know, they end the episode and he's standing there staring at both of you. And then in the next episode, when they come back, you're running away. I felt like there was a little
well, we
continuation seemed a little odd.
The next episode sort of backed up and then kept going and showed the moment of stun and then the moment of run. But we didn't know, and the writers didn't know after that episode, didn't know which way it was going to go. Who's going to go? Does anyone go? Do both of them live? Do both of them go?
So so when did you find out? This was
about 3 or 4 days after that table read, which was the prior episode, I got a phone call from Shonda to tell me that they had to stay organic to the story and where the story was going. And James had to die.
Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Scandal. And so I'm over Fitz. I want Olivia to dump the president. I don't like the way that he's been treating her. But nobody on the show is really a good guy. And no one is clean. And they all do some shady, sketchy things, including Jake Ballard. I'm on Team Jake.
You are
personally.
Team Jake.
Are you on Team Fitz or Team Jake?
Well, Jake killed me. So I'm not on Team Jake. I'm on Team Scott Foley, who I'm a huge fan of. And we became very, very close, especially shooting the end of the episode. We became very, very close. You know, that's a complicated question because I feel like that's part of what's so great about what they built. They built the fact that every character on that show would do whatever they had to do to get what they wanted. And if that means sometimes justifying an evil, that means justifying an evil. That's part of what's the fabric of that show. Whether that's reflective of everybody, I don't know. It's a television show. It's entertainment. But you also want to feel like everybody is capable of something outside the norm of what a normal person would do to get what they want, either for love, for power, for money, for the common good.
And we're finding out that they are. But as a fan, let's say that, you know, if this didn't have to do with your character and your untimely
what team would I be
death,
on?
Yes.
That's a really, I mean, if I was a fan and I was watching, you mean if there was no James character? Gosh, I don't know, I'm a traditionalist. I really do, like right from season 1, you do sort of get invested in that Ross and Rachel way for Fitz and Olivia to wind up in that Vermont cottage making jam. I'm a little bit of a romantic, so I kind of want to see that happen.
Now, what else is coming up for you next? We've got a comment here from Ryan Buxton, one of our very own writers, sitting back there in the newsroom, who says, "I'm so excited about the news that HBO is considering reviving The Comeback, one of the most underrated comedies ever. What can you share about the status of a potential return?"
I, too, am excited that HBO is considering doing The Comeback. It would be amazing. It would be amazing. I think that it's something that is within our grasp. It's complicated, how to do something like that. Lisa and I are very busy with web therapy, which we start shooting in a couple of days, the 4th season. Michael Patrick King has a very successful television show on CBS, Two Broke Girls. So finding a window where all the stars align and allow us to make a little, you know, to bring The Comeback back would be an amazing thing, and I'm hoping that it happens.
You can't fire an arrow, a bolt from it, so you have to load it on camera, pull it out, show it, put it in, drop it out of camera, take the arrow out, throw it on the ground, and then lift up, and it's a digital arrow.